I love their voice.
And here we go. Episode 2.
Do we need to make a jingle?
Da, 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 da.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I
Self-led
just suddenly
artist.
realised, nah, not loving it today, are we?
No, I'm not loving it today at all. We could do like a little like a kind of as we're kind of getting back into jazz 1920s,
Yeah.
like the self-led artist.
Da, 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 da. Yeah,
Like a
love it.
walking bass line.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you love a slap bass. You love a bit of finger action.
Not until January 2027. I'm not dating.
But playing the bass is all right though. That's you're in a relationship with your musical instruments.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Not right now though.
No,
Today,
no, no.
today I'm not in the mood. Have you
Yeah,
seen that meme that's like I'm not in the moo and it's a picture of a sad cow?
that's perfect.
That's how I feel today.
Yeah. Do you know what? That is so fair. And like, so today we're going to do like a bit of a split podcast, aren't we? Because the
Yeah.
last one, episode 1, was a stream of consciousness,
Yeah.
which I definitely had an identity crisis listening to it back, um, which was hilarious because I was like, I'm bored of my own voice and I'm never bored of my own voice. So
Yeah.
that was like interesting, being like, right, let's keep this a bit more, I guess, informative, fun, and a bit silly. And what a perfect
Yeah.
way to do it today when there's rage.
Yes, we can be silly with our age, and it doesn't need to be an hour and 17 minutes. I'm sure
Yeah.
some people did watch the whole thing. I did. I watched the whole thing and enjoyed it. But yeah, maybe a little bit less streamy and a bit more silly.
Yeah. So today, the first, like, I've got a few questions that I'm going to ask Teddy basically.
Oi, oi.
Which actually I've just realized it's kind of going to be questions. So we're going to do questions to you and then questions to me at the end.
Amazing.
So today, basically, I want to delve deeper into the fact that it is really frustrating being on a journey to the version of yourself that you want to be, but you're not there at the moment.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about it this week, and it's almost like you get the ick with your current situation or your
Hmm.
present life. And it's about, actually, I'm going to ask the question and let you kind of chat this through a bit
Yeah.
because I want to hear about, because you doing the self-led artist now, you are really self-leading yourself into out this and through this. But what's talk a little bit about the frustration of knowing that you deserve your version of yourself that you want to be. Like, what's it like at the moment realizing that that's not only doable but is coming?
So it honestly, the kind of difference in timelines, like being in my old self and moving towards my new self, feels completely energetic for me. Like I can actually feel like I'm a container that's too big for the environment that I'm in. Like that's actually how it feels when I'm at work or um, even like location. Like there is a sense that I need to be in a more expansive place. I'm conscious that just because I feel this sense of urgency, it doesn't mean that I suddenly need to close up shop, delete everything out of my life. It's important for me to realize that like these things can take time, um, because the urge is so strong. I think it can be exciting. I think this transition can be exciting, but you just have to be careful of not making too many rash decisions when you can feel that your future is a certain spice, but you need to kind of be patient along that journey. So yeah, the old self is pretty much gone, but I'm
Mm.
still in the old reality. And we've spoken about the whole gratitude thing as well. When you've got the ick with where you're working or something feels off, it feels like I'm wearing a wet shoe. It feels like I'm wearing a shoe that's a little bit too big for me. How can you have gratitude for the wet shoe?
Mm.
Like, I suppose there's gratitude of like, you've this wet shoe has taught me so much. Like I've learned so much within this wet shoe container. but I'm ready for a stiletto and I'm exhausted.
Love that. Also, the shoe might have not been wet before,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know,
It was a lovely shoe.
seasons and seasons change.
Yeah.
And it's probably got to a point where, like, you might have been standing in that puddle for like 10 years, let's say, and trigger to everyone at the moment with all the 2016 posts coming
Yeah.
up. It's a lot,
Mm,
decades.
mm.
And
I
I
don't think.
wonder if that's part
Yeah,
of
go
it
ahead.
for you is thinking about 10 years ago. And it's like,
Mm.
if the shoe was wet then, why am I still wearing it?
Mm. Definitely. And I also don't feel like we're on our own with this feeling at the moment. It does feel like there's a bigger collective shift happening. There's always transformation. People are always changing. But I have noticed like a lot of people I've spoken to have had that same feeling of like, I know that there's a new direction that I'm heading in and it feels authentic and it feels true. And I'm just putting the pieces together for that to happen, you know. But it's frustrating. And
Mm,
both of us have voiced that. Um, so it takes patience and it takes gratitude and faith, you know,
mm.
and fucking hard work.
Yeah, and it's also like I can hear you talking, and I can almost like at the beginning when you were a bit not coughing, but a bit like it's
Yeah.
almost, yeah, it's almost like there's
Yeah.
something there
Yeah.
where you're even now you're being quite polite, and there's probably part of you that wants to like be
Rage.
like like smash, like set it on
Yeah.
fire, scream at
Yeah.
the top of your lungs into the abyss.
Yeah.
So, which perfect segue to the next question to you. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing at the moment to cope with that trapped energy? Like,
Yeah. It's
what
so
you're
important.
coping?
My main one, especially when you know, as deeply feeling people, and you know, a lot of artists have the same thing. When rage comes through and anger that has been unprocessed for a long time comes through, movement and somatically moving your body is so important, whether that's through breath work, and for me it's going back to the gym. Like having that gym time has been so important. It's regulated my body, it's helped me feel grounded, I feel calmer, I feel clearer, I feel more coherent. um I'm able to set boundaries better. It's just changed my life, like
Mm,
being embodied takes, for me anyway, some people can do it without it, but if I'm not moving my body, and for me like building muscle and doing cardio do something to my brain. It could also be because I'm neurodivergent. It adds more dopamine into my brain, allows my creative thinking to be better. I just couldn't praise it enough. I think as an artist, we all, this is an interesting argument. I feel like with artists that really want to go out into the world and be visible and make an impact, we have to train ourselves like we're athletes.
mm.
And for me, like physically training like I'm about to do a marathon because we
Yeah,
are. Um, and I know you've had stints of like really zoning in on physical exercise, and I'm sure you've had the same feeling of what, like, wow, this really changes things.
I think it's like it's if you use it as escapism, if you're using it,
Mm,
for myself, there was definitely a part where I wasn't taking ownership of the direction of my life. So I literally went to work, went to the gym, went home, went to sleep, no social life.
yeah,
Whereas actually, like, I took a break because of my sciatic nerve. My chiropractor basically was like, everything you're doing is making it worse. You need a bit of time off to go back. But actually, by witnessing you, and speaking to you, I would say the gym has been something that I've noticed with yourself. You're able to like channel that,
yeah,
and also even having people in your life that are on the same path. And I think being at the gym, you're around the energy of people that are actually taking accountability, which is
yeah,
probably huge as well. That's
yes,
something I've realized that I'm
yeah,
not seeing at the moment because I've taken that step away.
yeah,
But it's being present, isn't it, with your physical body and around actually energetically other people that are working on their future.
yes. You do have that sense in the gym, that forward movement, or even if they're just working on a particular muscle group that day. You can, for them to be there, it takes discipline. It takes discipline. So you're going to be around like-minded people. And
And
it's,
it's showing up, isn't it?
showing up every single day, and you see the same people every day. And I never used to see the importance of it, because all of my ideas and like ways that I found purpose were very ideological, so very creative, or through the speakers, or like building something outside of myself. Whereas with the gym, it forces you to build something within your body. And it's also where all of your emotions live.
Mm.
Your emotional body gets serviced when, there's a have you tried the ski machine before? The ski erg?
Oh, yeah.
I when I first when the rage when let's talk about the rage for a
Yes.
second. When the rage first started to come up in my body, I would go to the gym. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I'd go onto the ski erg machine and I'd go, I make the fucking rules. I make the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Over and over again, this reclamation of
Mm.
self. Because as we spoke about last time, I've spent many years abandoning myself in
Mm.
relationship to others. So for me, it was like this I've gone past this threshold. I can't go back. The old me doesn't exist anymore. And I'm
Mm.
just on the skier going, fuck, just rage, and tears were coming up. And
Mm.
it didn't suddenly exercise, but like exorcism. It was quite cool, actually. It didn't like,
Maybe that's why it's called that.
it does feel like an exorcism sometimes. Like, it didn't immediately get rid of all that rage, and I'm still working through it, and it still comes up. But anger, when it's healthy anger, is a form of reclamation and power and direction. You can use it to fuel yourself forward. And before, when something had happened to me where my sense of self was threatened, or I was rejected, or my inner child was hurt, I would retreat inwards and
Mm.
collapse. And this rage has come up for the first time. And we've all got this unprocessed rage and anger living in our body because of people pleasing that we've had to do. We've been focused on making sure everyone else is okay. And when that goes, you're going to get the ick. You're going to get fucking angry. And that's okay. I think it's a beautiful process,
Mm.
but it's
And
new.
it's, yeah. And it's like you say, it's like, because it's new, isn't it? It's the learning how to actually hold that and not being told you're being ridiculous.
Yeah. And I'm so lucky. I live with a personal trainer whose entire methodology is emotion led. So
Mm.
you will process anger through movement, etc. And then my other housemate is an expert in somatics, and she's
Mm.
about to give. They're about to give me like a 10-week program, like somatic program. So to have that,
Wow.
it feels really. Actually, this is a really good point, and this is something I'm really grateful for. We've got to have more gratitude, even when we're in between timelines and life is changing. Like how serendipitous, or how the timing of that I've landed in a house with two people that are going to support the foundations of my new life more than anyone else could.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
have gratitude
timing.
for that, Sensei.
Yes. And also, like, let's do a cheeky little name drop.
Oh, for the two housemates, yes, James Allen, incredible personal trainer. He's in the other room.
And the Instagram is.
James Allen Wellness, at James Allen Wellness. I'll put a little link to them as well on the YouTube when we upload it. And Vi is a somatic expert, also hosts really incredible community events, and lots of body led somatic events that have been really transformational. And she is at Soil Gushing, which is an
Mm.
amazing.
Yes.
So, yeah, good for them to both be promoted.
Yeah. Because this is it. It's like, again, going back to these tools to like get through this stage of things. It's like we can't do it alone. You
No.
know, if you were living alone right now
Oh my
processing
God.
this.
Yeah. Well, I think there would be a lot less. I don't know. I think there'd probably be even more anger, and I'd probably be dealing with it by being even more outwardly focused right now,
Mm,
against the grain of what my body actually wants to do. I'd probably just be like, probably be doing open mics right now and pushing myself before I'm even ready to get back into it.
mm,
Whereas every single night this week, I've come home feeling numb effectively from this transition, which is so okay. And we've just got, all of us have got into my bed and we've just watched Moana too. And
lovely.
like Disney, like really like comforting, and we, hold each other, and we've all been feeling a lot of grief this week, and we've all been there for one another. Like, fuck me, that's actually very rare to have.
Yeah,
So
incredibly rare.
I'm really glad we're speaking this out, because this is actually really cathartic. Yeah.
Yeah, which is so important, you know, for yourself, for example, how this is going to work for you is being held and squishy and loved and, you
Yeah.
know, and then for like, for example, I'm going through, which this, by the way, lads who are watching right
Ladettes.
now, lads, yeah, bunch of lovelies. Basically, me and Teddy are going through the same thing or similar
Mm.
things at the same time, but I'm someone that lives alone.
Yeah.
And for me, if
How
I
would
had
you?
housemates who wanted
Yeah.
a hug,
No.
couldn't,
Yeah.
couldn't. But do you know what I did last night, actually, for the first time? And this is from how we were talking the other day, last week.
Mm. Mm.
I hugged myself.
Oh my God, that's big.
It's huge. And I literally just went like this. And I
Wow.
was like,
Wow.
even doing it now, like if anyone's watching,
Mm.
like do this, like give yourself a hug.
Butterfly hug.
Oh my, it does the thing.
Mm.
It does the thing. Even just feeling
Mm. I've got you.
everything just melts. And I was like last night, and I just had a little giggle to myself. And I was like, oh, I've been there this whole time.
Wow.
I've
That's
been there
big.
this whole time.
Hmm. And
So
that practice is so important.
yeah. So I think, you know, my gratitude for today is the fact that I have me now, which I was
Wow.
always told that I wasn't enough in general, you know,
Mm.
and that wasn't through necessarily someone being nasty. That was just through someone else not trusting themselves. So then people project.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like we were just talking about it then, isn't it? It's like going through this anger and feeling really annoyed makes you realize, you know, because there's been times when I've been working jobs I don't like, and part of me wants to just say to someone like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's not the client in front of me's fault. It's that I just my whole soul is like, I'm not, this is not where I'm meant to be. And it's making us realize, we were chatting about this off the recording before we started, that actually like a lot of people behaviors sometimes that are a bit snappy to us, now it's making me realize that maybe they're just timeline shifting, or they're just going through a thing, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
don't like your life at the moment, so it doesn't matter
Yeah.
who it is.
No, it's
they're just
projection.
they're in wet shoes.
Oh my God, that's so big.
They're in wet shoes. Like maybe we got brought up with people that were in wet shoes and were like, just never took them off. Just
That's
take
that
off the shoes.
that is such a beautiful way of framing it, of like changing it from oh, this person has been rude to me for the last 5 years or whatever, and it's never excusing their behavior.
Mm-mm.
But when you go from like what's happened with you, from external attachment, which is the way you regulate is through relationships. I can't speak on behalf of you, but for me, I've done a lot of that, and moved to internal attachment. You just see everything that everyone does as their own wet shoe movie,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it doesn't need to be taken as much at face value, and it's like their journey, and
yeah.
it's not a reflection on anything that you've done. Oh, wow,
Their shoes
revelation.
could be on, yeah, like their shoes could be on fire. So
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
or
yeah.
they're like, you
They
know,
might really hate themselves and their life, which, a lot of us have been in those positions before.
mm,
So it's like really having patience that there's probably a lot of people, especially right now, that are in a similar boat of shifting. um for me, it's like whatever comfortable sense of acceptance. Like I thought I was healed, maybe I was to a certain
Yeah.
degree. In the summer, um there was like a really spiritual 2 months where I would just go into nature. I wasn't working, I was just off work with the trees. Would make food. Every time I sipped a coffee, I'd be like, gratitude. And spending time with my inner child and drawing. And I was like, this is the rest of my life. Like, this is it. And then fucking shit happened, bro. And I can't access that place right now. It is just,
Mm.
well, I know it's still there and it's waiting for me and it's always there, but it's like my intuition's like, it's go time
Mm.
for now. And when you get to the next stage, you can go to a park in London or like wherever you are and cry over a leaf. But right now, you're building the leaf.
Yeah, and you're grieving like the old, the old
Oh,
version of you.
the old
Like
me.
you
Such
can't
a
be in spring
beautiful
all the
version.
time,
No.
It's like now, you're probably more like also like going to a park in this weather, firstly. Not that I'm
Yeah,
saying,
true.
I just want to be
No,
the
you're
person
right.
that's going
Yeah,
to be
it
like,
was
look,
summer. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
going to a park right now, wet, having a hot coffee, yeah, lovely. But also, like, you're not going to, have the little unctuous little bits and pieces when your cellular
When you're
structure is
freezing
made out
your
of
ass
middle
off.
fingers. You're literally like, stuff this, mate. Like, these walls, this floor, like, what is this air? Like, I had it the other day where I just literally, what did I see? There was something, because I've moved to a flat that's near where I grew up, which has been so triggering because now I'm not only like, I'm literally me as a teenager. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, like, why am I seeing this again?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, why am I seeing the same streets? Why am I? And yeah, the
yeah,
gratitude does go, doesn't it? Because you're just
yeah.
like, I don't want this. I want the me I should have been 10 years ago.
It's ago.
Jokes. And it just,
Yeah.
the
But
only way is being grateful, isn't it? For
yeah,
for all those like people and all those things that we like gathered along the way to become this now, because we were talking about, if you became the you want to be 10 years ago, would it have lasted?
no, and it's the same for you. Like you're grieving something that couldn't have been possible.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about like divine timing or timing that's meant for your body or what you can hold, you were protected from
Mm.
that, even if it was subconsciously, because you weren't ready yet. And life is actually quite long, and life doesn't have to be on a particular timeline of, if you're not successful and famous by 25, then get in the coffin. Like, if anything, in your 30s and beyond is when the kind of expansion happens, I think.
Mm. And
So
what is
during your
success?
time, right? It's so that's the one thing I've really realized as well. Like, it's just so different for every individual, success. And if you want to talk about, all of us being on a very particular path that, or that we've been signed up for, let's say, if that could be true, could not be true, then then we're all on then that's it. We're all individually on our own journey. And like you mentioned last time, we'll meet certain souls that are on the same path and we'll cross.
Mm.
Um, but there's going to be a lot of people that we connect with. And that's what I've done romantically. I've connected with these people and then realized that if for me to become the most expansive version of myself, we can't be together because it's blocking me from where I'm meant to go. And
Drunk on love.
yeah, and that's really sad, especially when I see couples and people who are able to be in romantic relationships long term and they seem to make it work. And I wonder, are they settling and is it comfortable? But truly, their path and what they're meant to be here for has not been actualized.
Mm.
I don't
Or
know.
yeah, or maybe their path is that their
Is
end
them.
success to them is having a roof over their head,
Yeah,
owning their house, and creating another
beautiful,
being and adopting a cat.
beautiful.
You
I
know,
I wish that was mine.
you don't. You don't.
Oh, I know. You're
You
right. I
don't,
don't. You're right. I
because
don't.
imagine, like, this is the whole thing I keep telling myself, I
Oh,
want a little dog. That is a
yeah.
distraction, because what
Yeah.
I want is, I want to be able to help people get to where I am quicker.
Mm, that's exactly the same for me.
And I want people to feel good quicker without wasting that time.
Yeah.
We have a purpose, and our
Yeah.
purpose is here because
Yeah.
we went through 10 years of like using
Yeah.
all the things that we could use to avoid it: food, drinks,
Mm.
holidays, relationships, other people's businesses. Let's help them. No,
You know.
no.
Yeah.
And now we've got to a point when we're like, oh my God, success is purpose. And my purpose is to elevate everyone from the
Yes.
inside out through
Yeah.
elevating myself.
Yes.
And this is
Yeah.
where it's going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
we're not meant to be like exhausted being in one room. We're meant to be going to the rooms and speaking to the people that need it and going, do you know what? I was there and I
Yeah.
get it. You
Yeah.
know, I was there dying in a life that I was told was perfect. You
Yeah.
know, it's not. It can be anything you want it to be
Mm.
within reason. I'm saying that because, like, you know, don't go and eat crayons and just lie down for the rest of your life. You know, but there's so much out there. Like, I'm realizing now, like, I can't be in salon every day because it's
No.
it's it's going to ruin my back and my
Yeah.
sciatica. I
Mm.
love talking. I love it.
Mm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, right, you know, do the things you love more, which is what's brought us here.
Yeah.
We love philosophizing.
Yes.
This has been our chats for like
For
15 years.
yeah. Hmm.
You know, and now,
Yeah.
thankfully, with technology, because of where it is, where we're
Mm.
living, how we're feeling, like today, what I
Mm.
loved as well, because you were like, oh, I don't know about chat today, but I'm looking fit. I was like, yes, mate. Yes, mate. You know,
There's always that. Yeah.
so
Mm.
feeling yourself,
Yeah.
we both had to feel ourselves
Yeah.
and know how good we are to
Yeah.
step into a room, not loudly, but step into a room comfortably and be like, this is me.
Yeah.
This is me. What am I
Yeah.
doing? I'm not sure either. I don't know.
But I trust myself.
Yeah.
And a big, again, self-led artist for me has been created purely from personal experience, and the same that yours has. The reason I'm talking about, wanting to have a whole community of artists that feel more self-led, they have more self-trust, they understand when to say no to things, they feel more embodied, they feel confident, is because it's taken me 33 years to even get to a place where I can safely say I'm there or on my journey to getting there. And the best way for me to grow even more into that person is by teaching it. And
Mm.
that's one thing I'm really grateful for educating others, is that the more I've taught it, the more I've embodied that framework for myself. Um, but yeah, it's a new era of self-trust and self-understanding, because we've gone through the fire of the last 10 years. And the clear distinction I want to make as well is that in the past, when I've helped others, because my whole career, like with producing for other people especially, has been me burning out to save others.
Mm.
And now I'm changing it from me losing myself in the ones that I help to me being empowered, them seeing me as a beacon of my own empowerment, and me saying, I'm not taking it on for you, but I can tell you what I've learned, and that being enough. That way I stay myself. I'm not losing myself, and neither are they. Oh, it hits different.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah, incredible. And then that means that they can become that too, because
Mm-hmm.
no one wants to be more people pleaser. You know, we
Yeah.
can't,
Can't.
we
Can't.
can't. Um,
It's
and
gone.
and people pleasing, I think, is the anxious relative of someone who's in service. And I've been going really into like a lot of religious stuff at the moment,
Mm,
in the sense where like it's about handing it over and
mm,
like realizing like there's a balance of being God yourself and then everything being God. For example, I saw something in one of the podcasts I watched about there being a glass or a bowl of water, and how that
mm,
is like the universe, and how like you're one cup and I'm one cup, and you pick up a bit of the water, and there we are individually, but you pour the water back in, and essentially we're all made of the same thing.
Yeah.
And that is what the whole thing of, like, if you take away things like Christianity, which is essentially just the corporate religion, um, you know, if you
Mm.
take that away, like, actually God, or like whatever word you want to call it, the universe, spirituality, like, it's all just this one thing. It's this one thing of this, you know,
Yeah.
liquid that
Ocean.
can go anywhere. And I had a
Uh-huh.
realization last night, and it blew
Mm.
my flipping mind. So I try not to scroll at night. I scrolled last night,
Yeah.
and I got to this, like, this thing came up, and it was like, Taurus, here's a card for you. This is da 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 da. But before I even talk about it, if you hear Lady Gaga Poker Face in the next 24 hours, this reading is for you. And I was like, jokes, that's hilarious. Watched the thing and was like, that's crazy. That's wild. And I went, right, I'll go to bed now. Came off my phone, or I went to go off my phone, and I saw a reel in the corner, and it was someone cutting their own hair. And I was like, okay, just one more, just a cheeky little self haircut. Hilarious. Clicked on it, poker face. Lady
Wow.
Gaga poker face. And I literally went, ah! And I sent them both to myself. So I've got them together. It's giving me goosebumps. Threw it on the floor, and I just went, it's a simulation. It's a
Mm.
simulation. Like, it's a simulation. Like, and I'm not
No.
saying it's a simulation, don't section me, I'm fine. But like, as
Trust
in,
me, I have those thoughts on a daily basis, and we're both
yeah.
being sectioned.
But
Yeah.
I mean, like, this it's so
Yeah.
not that serious, and we've
Yeah.
just got in this loop
Same.
of like, oh, like, I'm not famous, but people that get there, I know aren't happy. Or
Yeah.
like, I want to be rich, but people that have more money problems have more responsibilities. Or
Yeah.
I wish I had a walk-in wardrobe, but then you have, like, there's so much
Yeah.
accountability for all these things you want. So one little thing on the tool thing, acceptance of everything, but tools, I would say write a list of what you want, because do
Mm.
we even know? Like, now I'm starting to know what I want. I want my day to day to be a certain way. Like, I really want to be able to get to culture quicker. I want to be able to get to bakeries and farms quicker. I want to be able to be
Mm.
around animals quicker, which is why I think I want to get a dog, because I'm really missing.
Mm.
I think I'm from very villagey things in my ancestral,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Mm.
um, and I think it's as simple as that. So I would really, like, encourage, I never want to tell people what to do, but I would encourage you
Mm.
to write a list of what you actually want, because it's demonized a lot, like, oh, you can't want things, you just, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I want to own goats. Imagine me
Fuck
with
yeah.
goats. Sick.
It would just be the most coherent thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Like I see you and a goat, and I'm like, this is the thing that makes the most sense out of anything.
Buddies. My
Buddies.
firstborn.
And, and what would their name be?
Don't know.
Jose.
Ralph. Jose. I don't know.
Ralph the
Yeah.
goat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that yeah, I think that's I've forgotten what I was going to say. Sorry, someone's knocking at the door. But
Not at all. Is it like, can you name, for example, like, is there like even one thing, like, I don't want to push you because I know you're in, um, I want to almost say, when like a flower is in this,
chrysalis.
I think, like, at the moment, you're in this and it's becoming the flower.
It's wanting to burst out.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
if it burst now, it would be mush, and
too much.
it'd be
Yeah,
the word like, it'd be like fuck.
well,
Like, that's all that would come out.
yeah,
Fuck's
hundred
sake. Like,
percent.
you can't.
It's got to build inside the container for a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I
But
was gonna,
what's, yeah. Also,
yeah,
Karen, yeah.
no, I was gonna say that when we're making our wish list, when we're making our list of things that we want, in the past when I've done that, so for example, for me, the one that keeps coming up is like, I just want to be on stages and I want to have lots of people listening and absorbing my frequency on stage. Um, that is a big wish of mine and I will make that happen. However, when I go back to when I did do that, because I've already had a round of doing this,
Mm.
um, I wasn't taking into consideration my sensitive nervous system. And even now, where I know my relationship with visibility has changed and I feel a lot stronger and I feel like it won't phase me as much, I'm neurodivergent. So if I'm in a room, if I'm constantly on stage and there's hundreds of other energies in the room, no matter how um athletic I've become in terms of dealing with that, energetically it will overwhelm me. So it's just, and I really want artists to think about the same thing. Like, think about what you want as a big picture thing, but then also get there, sit on that stage and be like, how is my body going to feel if I do this night after night? And really think about that seriously, because otherwise you will burn out. Like, maybe
Mm.
it is you do a big show, but you, because of technology now, you do a lot of live streaming and then you do a big show every 3 months or something. Like, think about how you can make it sustainable. um yeah, that's what I would say about that. But that's what a big thing for me is being back on stage. um I'll try and think of one more.
So I
Oh,
guess it's like it's needs and wants, isn't it? It's what do you
yes.
want and what are your needs.
Yeah, exactly. And trying to make them congruent, um, and sustainable. Like, sustainability is a big word that keeps coming up for me at the moment, because if you're going to do that, you've really got to think about that and not collapsing on the way. I would like to, my other wish is something that doesn't cause any stress to my nervous system, which is releasing my book this year, which is something that's just very much, I'm just in my own, on my room, in my room, like, easy to do. It's just thoughts from my brain, and then the putting it out on Kindle has been a bit of an arse wipe of a task.
Mm.
But
Congrats on that. And also, like, I don't know if the clapping would have just been over just seeing your screen. That wasn't me doing a weird thing. That was actually a clap.
sometimes when you do that on Zoom, it actually does emojis. Like, you have like the thumbs up come up. But
You. Yeah,
what
well
about
done.
what about for you? Is there like one or two this year, big or small, that you would like to tick off?
Hmm. So I would say I want to be recognized um, in my field of work seriously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You
Um,
already are, may I add, but it's the next level.
yeah. And you know, it's interesting because it's easier, or it has been easier for me to be a gimmick for a long time.
Mm.
You know, because then you can just be like, like it just, you know, even with like, and I don't mind being called Yo at all, but even the name Love Yo Hair and being called Yo, like my name is Joanna,
Mm.
and it was made Yo, so it was easier, or it became a bit gimmicky, you know. And I'm having a real thing with it. I think 2023 I had like a funeral for my old self,
Mm.
and Lex Cruz is
Mm.
it gently became that. Um, but it didn't
Mm.
stick so much because I didn't embody it.
Mm.
So at the moment, I'm navigating how to show up and how to be taken seriously, I guess, by myself and in my place of like my career. But that's
Mm.
shifting a little bit, which we'll talk about either in the next episode or
Yeah.
in the second half. But like, you'll notice on my Instagram, which is Love Yo Hair still, that I am delving deeper into parts of me that I have ignored for about 10 years, which is photography,
Yeah.
which is actually my heritage.
Oh.
And being from like the Netherlands and being from Cyprus. And I've spent a lot of time really being there for my family,
Mm.
but now because it's got to a place where I'm choosing myself, I'm now kind of going backwards to,
Mm.
you know, why I am how I am. And like, you know, I'm just, I always just thought I was different, weird, but actually now I'm realizing that what a blessing. So going back to gratitude, I'm so grateful I'm even born. Like, how did they even meet? Like,
Yeah.
how did they even get like from Cyprus and the Netherlands? And then my mum comes here at 14. Her family gets
Crazy.
sent back to Cyprus. She doesn't go. She meets my dad because his dad got a job in the UK after my dad lived in Australia. And then like they meet and then like they love each other and hate each other, get married and have like I'm like a weird anomaly.
Yeah.
So
It was almost just it was like 1,000,000 to 1 chance
yeah, who
that it would have
knows?
happened the way that it did. And the
Yeah.
exact spicy brains of both of your parents in that exact format has created
Mm.
your creative genius.
Yeah, and their trauma. So
Yeah.
they're very like trauma laced. I mean, so many people are, and
Yeah.
I love them dearly, and they do their best. But I definitely, it's the letting go. So when you go
Mm.
backwards, and this is where I'm at, I'm going back and I'm seeing it, and I'm going, yeah, okay, I get it, but that's not me, and
Yeah.
that's part of the grief and the shedding. I think
Yeah.
of
It's
this
very
next
normal.
evolution is
Very normal.
like, yeah, that's brought me here, but I don't want to deep it. I don't want to talk about
Yeah.
trauma. What I want to talk about is like
Mm.
the excitement of the process, how you
Yeah.
can change, where you can get to, and get
Yeah.
back to that point where like, getting triggered is really great actually, because then it creates change.
Yeah.
So just hiding
Transform.
away and not having relationships or whatever,
Uh-huh.
how am I gonna go and
Gotta get out
enjoy
there and
and
experience life. Yeah.
yeah, and have fun or
Mm.
question things and and just like
Mm.
I'm so proud of myself to
Mm.
feel this good just you know just existing today, like even today. So my tools basically were, I woke up, felt like crap, did a few little bits and pieces, but similar to you, I was just a bit like, but I'm not in the life that I want to be in yet. And I'm realizing now it's about those habits. So you shift your habits and you shift your day by
Yes.
doing the simple things. So actually what I did was put on clothes I felt good in, didn't put any makeup on because I realized I feel better without makeup on. um Spoke to
Yeah.
people like that were out and about, a little bit of small talk, lovely.
Hmm.
Bought a new toothbrush, new toothpaste,
Beautiful.
floss,
Hmm.
mouthwash.
Hmm.
And we were joking about how we wish we were on a beach with a margarita. And I went and had a sunbed because
Luxury.
I'm not setting it on fire, but yeah, okay, like a sunbed isn't great for you, I know. But like, do you know what? Little cheeky 8 minutes of disassociating in a big light bulb. I needed to feel something,
You
you
needed your
know?
Joan Collins moment, picking
Yeah.
up the heater on the beach moment. But
Yeah, I
treating
need a
yourself through the process is a brilliant idea because what else? Otherwise, you're wading through this grey sludge of the transition, not
mm,
feeling grateful for anything. And I did the same because of the conversation I had with my housemates last night who were saying the same thing. Can you still hear me?
yeah.
Yeah. Don't know why it did that. Hello. Yeah. My housemates were saying the same thing. So this morning I went down to a different coffee place that I normally go to, and I had a special coffee with a specific syrup that I don't normally have, and just that change, you just got to give yourself little treats
Mm,
in the way,
hmm.
and also I know we keep going back to gratitude, but this is actually really cathartic to talk about because we need this. Is that
Yes.
like it's a fucking Wednesday. I've
Yeah.
gone. It's a Wednesday. I've been to the gym. I got my favorite coffee. I've got money in the bank. I'm feeling good. I am not in survival mode. I have enough money to be like fucking luxury, bro. I'm already in luxury compared to my 2016 self was in fight or flight on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I felt numb and I was just surviving every day.
Yeah.
So actually, my God, I need to be more grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. How great is that?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, we might not be the version over there, but if you
But how
showed
far
the
we come.
version of us now to them,
Jesus.
if I showed me now
They
to
would
me 10
cry.
years ago, they'd be like, they're well cool.
Yeah.
They're well cool. What they're able to just talk and they can just put a video up now. Though I did have an existentialist the first time.
Yeah, I
This
know.
time,
This
this
time.
time I don't think I will. This
Yeah,
time I'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, yes, me, so what?
Yeah. We've
But
grown so much, but you don't see it. You don't see it unless
yeah,
you look back.
because this is the whole thing. I think we are just worried about losing ourselves. We are just worried about being unloved. And actually, when you love yourself, like now, like and it's not this ego thing, it's exchanging the
Mm,
validation thing for just gently being like, I care about myself enough that I want to show up fully, and I
yeah.
don't mind what other people think about me.
Yes.
That's
That's
okay.
big.
And if you leave, like, that's absolutely fine,
Because
because it
I
will
will
make
be here with
space.
me.
Yes. And what did you say last time? You were like,
Yeah, I just do little kisses
it's
before I go
too
to bed.
nice.
It's so sweet. Okay, I'm
Oh.
conscious that you have clients later as
Mm.
well, so I won't take up too much more of your time. Can I ask you, is there anything else on your list? If not, can I ask you some questions about what you do?
Yeah, yeah, of course you can. I was going to
Yeah.
say, do you want to do it in this segment? Shall we?
Um, yeah, and then I can just edit it
Yeah.
as we wish. Yeah, and
Okay,
then we
sweet.
can do it all in one go. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to ask you some questions about your process
Mm.
as a transformative stylist and an artist, because I think a lot of artists that listen to this, or who will listen to this, would find some inspiration in that process. So, first question: your work goes far beyond hair as a service. We know that, and it feels like an experience. And every time I've had my hair done with you, I go away and I'm just like, I feel like I've been in Hawaii for 2 years. How did you begin to realize that attunement and sensory awareness were as important as technical skill in your work?
Mm.
I
I
love this
think,
question.
yeah, I really do too, and I think I realized it before being technical, I would say. So
Mm.
I don't know how to cut hair. No, can you imagine?
Can you imagine? Actually, I give a great massage. Don't have a clue what I'm doing with scissors.
All chat, no hat. Um,
Well, I don't know, man. My hair's still looking pretty fucking great.
yes. So I'd probably say like I realized it because my what I am from the beginning was I did social studies, painting and photography, and my dream was to be a fashion designer. And I started cutting hair because I just got told off in every lesson for talking too much. And I wanted instancy. I wanted it to be instant. And I also started getting tattooed at 15. And my parents stopped giving me any money. So I started cutting hair to afford photography paper, paints, and all that
I
kind of
didn't
jazz.
know this.
Yeah, because I took all their money and I bought tattoos. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Wow.
Livid. Got kicked out of my mum's when I was 16, I think.
Mm.
Bless him. And where am I going with it? So I think because I was very sensory growing up and I had a really bad haircut. Actually, it wasn't a bad haircut. I had a haircut that completely threw me when I was younger. It was really short. I had no front teeth because I'd knocked them out for the second time. And I just didn't know what I was. I didn't know. I didn't feel like a girl. I didn't feel like, I just didn't know. It was so confusing. It was like a Princess Diana haircut. And I remember thinking, that wasn't what I asked for. It
Mm.
completely, it completely threw my identity. And I
Wow.
remember just being like, I don't want people to go through that experience.
Wow.
Um,
Very
so
young. You've to
mm,
go through that. Okay.
I think I was 7,
Mm.
and I just remember getting to college and I was cutting my own hair. What I'll do after this, a few of these clips get posted. In between them, I'm going to post the picture of me as a kid when I was at college, when I was doing my own hair. I started doing everyone's hair for a fiver or a tenner, and I had a little MySpace or something called Yo Scissor Cruise, lol. Um,
course you did.
Of course. Um, Loads of bowl cuts, emo. I think it was really in the emo days. Like I loved emo music. Oh god, it was just right in the thick of it. I had black and red striped eyebrows with red and black hair.
Epic.
Yeah, it was a good time. And cutting hair in a kitchen or a bathroom where it's just you and that person is so vulnerable, and it's
Yeah. Wow.
helping somebody translate what they want to
Mm,
see in the mirror. This is where, like, I had no technical ability, none for years. None for years. The only reason I did hairdressing training was because I was working for Claire's Accessories on a placement, because I had to still, again, I had to earn my own money because remember, my parents weren't giving me any money.
yeah.
So my manager at the time was like, "Your hair's really good. Have you never thought about being a hairdresser?" And I was like, "Brilliant. I can get more money." When and it wasn't about the money, but I was like, "Brilliant. Like
I need
I
to
don't have to be
start.
here. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have to be here
Yeah.
like in Claire's Accessories."
Yeah.
Um and I
Wow.
fast tracked myself from a 4 years. I did it in 2 years because I just went in every day,
Yeah.
got it all signed off. Um,
Yeah.
and I haven't shown a job. I've never picked up the certificate, which actually, this is a good reminder. I want to get that. I want to get my certificate. And that was about 18, I feel like 18 years ago. I thought it was 20, but I found my maths that I had to redo. And I
Mm.
think it was 18 years ago. It might be 19. Now we're in,
Can I ask a quick question?
yeah.
How many haircuts do you think you've done in your life?
Wow. Who knows?
It's impossible to say, but you know the whole 10,000 hours thing of like developing your mastery in a particular thing.
Yeah.
Like I see you and what you do and the haircuts you post and where it's taken you, and I see you as a master of your craft, even though if you probably feel like you're still developing and there's never a ceiling to what you're
Mm,
building. But you have consistently been at it for 18 years.
mm. And before. So that was even before,
Yeah, 20 plus.
since like 15 years old, I'd probably
Wow.
say. And I'm like 3002 now. So
A spine with a face, as
yeah,
you said.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, proudly, I'm 37. I
Mm.
thought I was 38, went to the doctors and I went to set my date of birth. She was like 37. I went, "Thank you for giving me a year." I was hyped. I was like, I didn't realize I was going to get given a year. It's great.
That's so funny. I love
So,
it when you get to a certain age, you actually
mm,
forget how old you are.
yeah. But this is something that I really want to talk about is being really, really proud to be a woman and to be a woman that is 37. And I don't
Yeah.
have to fit any box. I don't have to, I just don't have to. Like, whatever.
Yeah. There's no need, and really
Yeah.
on a deep level there is no societal box that you need to fit
Yeah.
into. You can literally just exist as
Yeah.
you.
A person.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a person. We're
Yeah.
all like these, I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing with identity, with hairdressing, is I want every person in that chair to feel
Mm.
valid, to feel beautiful, to
Mm.
feel powerful, to feel like their identity is like it can be whatever they want. Like haircuts don't have a gender. Like you can suit whatever you want. Like I just think this is the beautiful thing about hair is it's an instant change and it's a catalyst to change. Like they say,
Big
you
time.
when someone's going through something when they cut baby
Yeah.
bangs, or when someone's hoofed a fucking baby bang in, you're like, oh,
You know that something's happened,
yeah,
or I'm sure you've had so many people come to you and they have just been through a big breakup or like a big
yeah,
transformation, and you are at that precipice for transformation for so
mm,
many. And we had a similar, even over the last 3 or 4 months, I've gone from having hair that's been down to here, to here, to here, to now this. And that's been with you, and it's represented different parts of my journey, like really visually. But the
mm,
attunement part, I think, is what you stand out from other hairdressers I've been to because of how attuned you are to each individual.
mm,
And not every head, just a bit of light chat, but you go away not only feeling transformed identity wise, but like my brain is like, I feel like I've quantum jumped into some like other universe because of you're and it's not therapy, you're not offering that. It's more you just exist and you like channel words and your hands and change people's fucking lives, bro.
Yeah, and what I need to be careful for is when someone tells me they're dating someone that sucks, I will be like, "Can I just say,
Yeah.
can we cut?" No. But yeah, thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah. I'm just, yeah, again, conscious of time, but oh, is it okay if I ask you one more question?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, a
yeah, yeah.
few more. Um, okay. At some point, you chose to trust your own way of working rather than following industry norms, the norms of the industry. Can you talk about a moment where you had to choose yourself as a creative? It's happening right now, even when it felt risky, and how that decision is shaping everything that follows.
Wow. And I think you wrote these questions before I'd left, no?
Yeah.
Great. So I was working corporate for 2 years, and that was after I had opened my own business in a church. I was also living in a guardianship that was an old Christian resting home. Uh, and I think in that time as well, had I got the laurels tattooed? I don't know. There was a
I
lot of,
think it
there
was
was,
that was happening around that time. Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of change and a lot of like
a lot of
experiences
Jesus.
happening in your life. A lot of Jesus. It was your
It
big.
was,
It was a big come to Jesus moment.
it was bizarre. It was bizarre. It was absolutely bizarre. And
Yeah.
I had a breakdown um,
Mm.
because I literally threw myself into this low sensory room, which was tiny, might I add, and really expensive.
Mm.
And it was really successful. And it threw me because I was doing everything. And it just was incredible. But actually, it was just after lockdown as well. So bear in mind, this is 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of really amazing people, had some amazing experiences. But what I was still doing was putting everyone else first. So I see now where I went with that. So I shut the shop, and on the day I shut the shop, I get a message from the corporate company being like, "We're headhunting you. We would love you to start this business with us, or not with us, but we would love you to be,
Part of it.
yeah, not the forefront, but like, you know, come and be a part of it. We believe that how you wash hair, how you talk about hair, and how you hold space for your clients is exactly what we are looking for in this business." And I did 2 years of it. And in a different framework, it was me giving everything that I have for someone else again.
Yeah.
And I didn't necessarily have a breakdown, but what happened this time was a breakthrough, I would say.
Hmm.
And it was realizing it doesn't matter what corporate company you're in, it doesn't matter if it's sustainable, ethical, has the word organic, has all the bunnies drawn on it that it wants to. If you know and you feel that you are not in alignment, your body will tell you by making you sick. And I
Yeah.
got so sick. I don't think I've been it's
Wow.
interesting because I don't know how to frame it with this whole thing of saying sick, but there were days where like getting out of bed felt like impossible. It was like, why would I go somewhere where I'm not me? Like it felt like I was dying. It felt
Yeah.
like food stopped tasting like things, like lunch breaks didn't exist, like my colleagues and co-workers I just saw as inanimate objects that were in the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So I stopped seeing them as people, and I'm such an empathic person,
Yeah.
and I love everyone. Like even there's some people like in this job that I ended up meeting that I think I triggered them too much.
Yeah.
And it was actually quite sad, really. It ended up being one of the reasons I left because it was slander, basically.
Yeah.
Because somebody else was going through something, and the nicer I was, the worse it got. Um, and I just kept being told no all the time when it was something that would be beneficial to my career.
Mm.
Because money needed to be made for the business, and
For the
I
page.
was making them a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I was told to, you know, I was told to bring all my clients there, which I did. But then what ends up happening is I'm bringing like my friends, because it's so hard to just say clients, like my loves, my little
Yeah,
loves,
people. Yeah.
bringing them into this space, which the space was great and the people were great. They're all amazing. You know, even the people that didn't, let's say, some people that might not say a great word about me now,
Yeah.
I still don't think that's personal to me as a person. I still love them. They're flipping
Yeah.
great. Anyway,
Mm.
so I digress. So I brought, you know, I bring my loves into this space and I'm like, yes, because the USP was incredible. But then what started happening, because I felt like I wasn't in alignment, I wasn't then showing up.
Yeah.
So how do
I've
I
all been
guide
through
someone
that.
through this amazing experience when
Yeah.
like my
Not
colleagues aren't, you know, I'm not relating to my colleagues anymore. I'm not relating to the space. And then I'm just the mask. So I just became the mask. So it would be like, hello, welcome to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, H, L, M, N, O, P. Like I just became this like robotic version of myself, you know, tried to do little things like change my name on the thing, went and did like certain things. I just tried so much. And then it got to a point and I had a big meeting with the big guns,
big boys.
the big boys. And I realized that actually it wouldn't have mattered if I got more money because I'd already given 2 years
Mm.
and I can't earn those 2 years back. And I've learned a lot and I've changed as a person so much. But I don't ever want to get to a point where I'm waking up and I'm dreading my life.
No.
And I was dreading it. I was dreading it. I was making myself sick so that I didn't have to go.
Mm.
So, like, in answer to the question, like, I will always choose the fear now that I have to work twice as hard. But, like, today, like you were saying, you know, I got up today and I am sorting everything out now from the ground up. I'm like really pruning this, you know, say this is a tree, I'm pruning it from like repotting, checking the soil, the pH level, how's the tree doing, what are the leaves doing, what can I cut away, you know, and I'm doing 2 clients later and I'm making the same amount of money as I would have done
For a
in the
day.
space, yeah, that I would have done a 9 till 6, and I would have cleaned, I would have done the cleaning, my clients, tidied up, not really had a break, not really eating good food, had to mask in front of people that I wasn't aligning with, had to hear the word no loads, you know, was dressing to fit a certain, I couldn't do it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So choosing myself now, even though it's scary, I'm rebuilding the brand. And all the brand is
It's you.
it's service.
Yeah.
And I couldn't give service in a space that didn't hold me.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that answer. I also love and I can relate to what you just said, choosing a container that's bigger that you can gallop in. Let's use that phrase. And there's fear there, but you are up and you are pruning the garden and making shit happen.
Mm,
Because the other alternative is that you are a horse trying to gallop in a container that's too small. And
glue.
yeah,
Just a pot of glue. You're not
just a
even a
pot of
horse.
glue. You're not even, you're, yeah. And I'm also in that same place of like, I would rather choose the fear, which, sometimes that fear and feeling like the air's a little bit spicy because you need to keep on your toes and get shit done because you've got to live and support yourself over time. If you run with that energy enough, you end up building a really successful business, which you've already done. I've done that with private clients before. We've both been there and done it, and not only has that first part felt a little bit edgy, but we've created success from it. Can I ask you why, before you went back into corporate, why did you close the shop? Why did you close the church place up, even though it was successful?
Because I wasn't coming at it from a place of sustainable,
Aha.
like all the things we were talking about.
Yeah.
Um,
So you know differently now.
yeah. So for example, like that was a similar time that I was work, running, techno, cutting hair,
Yeah.
going home, going to bed. It wasn't in this state of flow and feel and real. It was in a state of like,
Bam,
I
bam, bam.
have to hustle at everything.
Yeah.
And again, it's this whole like, I've been thinking that I have to be this like, I guess like in my full masculine, right? I have to build and organize and bring and fix and make things happen. And I actually don't. I actually just need to be love. And this is like a love revolution at the moment. Like all I have to do is do what I can with love. And that is so much easier. Like I have one day at Fuzz, which is Freddie Years on Instagram, and
Mhm.
that's in Brighton.
Yeah.
I do one day and I DM everyone. We talk. It's really cute. I do real hair, real talk. I leave the day. I have a day off the next day, which I make sure on Saturdays at the moment. I will find another space at some point. But now I'm going and I'm seeing culture and I'm getting out
Mm.
into the world and then I can be inspired to create better and have good conversations. And I'm making the same amount of money in one day, you know. So I'm not rolling it in, you know. I
Hmm.
wasn't, you know, I wasn't for the last 2 years, to be honest, but there was a lot of bonuses of corporate. But now, you know, I got my flat through a client, um and that was knowing I had to move and downsize for this part. But it's trust.
Yeah.
But the beginning, and you'll have this, my guy, the beginning,
Oh, I know it
the
well.
anxiety,
Yeah.
the fear of like, if I let people down, everyone's gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die. No,
Yeah, that's the big
no.
one for me. I'm going to die. I'm going to be homeless. Blah, blah, blah. And we can do it. Like for me, I'm going to do it differently this time and I'm going to start galloping, but I will have financially a little cushion behind me.
Mm,
Treat it as though I don't have that cushion behind me. And hopefully we'll be able to be balanced out that way.
mm,
But yeah, I know that edginess well. And
mm,
um, it transformed. You will never grow as rapidly as when you set up your own self-employed business. You'll
mm,
never grow as quickly.
mm. And
Yeah.
you helped me so much with that, the conversations that we've had, because we only reconnected recently.
Yeah.
And thank goodness, because I was able to be like, this is what I'm thinking. And you straight away, this is it, surround yourself with cheerleaders. If
Yeah.
people start doubting you, there is only a certain amount of time, right? That
Yeah.
you can go, no, I'll be fine. No, I'll be fine. If they keep doubting you, you have to distance yourself, surround
Yeah.
yourself with cheerleaders.
Yes. Yes.
Um, you know, and I get it being realists, but like cheerleaders. And I remember you just being like, amazing. You were like, once you get there, you were like, I already know it, I already see it, you've done it before. This time is different because what's the other alternative? And it's the same with yourself. What's the alternative? You have another year like last year.
Can't do
Can you
it.
imagine? Can you imagine? No,
Can't do it.
no,
Can't do it. It's
can't and
not.
won't.
Can't and won't.
And that, can you see your energy is like, you're like, no.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not going, no, no, don't make me. You're just going like, no.
Yeah. It's a
Like,
different type of energy.
yeah. Like if you got a text from like an ex that went, fancy a snog later. No.
Oh God.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow, we really are. We really have changed, yo. We're really different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one final question.
Yeah.
For creatives watching this and for artists watching this who feel called to work in a more self-led way, so, from listening to their own intuition, but don't yet trust themselves fully, what helped you and what has helped you in the past stay committed to your path when it wasn't yet validated?
Mm. Um, Continue to know what your purpose is.
Yes.
Continue to write those lists of needs and wants. Um, and or looking around and seeing the physical things that don't represent the new you. Um, for example, like I was painting my nails like a kind of pinky color, and I just got rid of like all the things that don't align with like the version of myself that I actually feel and am. And, you know, daydream, I would say, daydream. Like,
Big one.
you know, yeah, like no phones when you're in bed and just lie there and just daydream or night dream, you know, go to sleep, but like really imagine that beautiful life of yours. When you're going for a run, maybe don't have music one day and just think about your ideal life, like really picture, really see what you know, what it
Mm.
feels like under your feet, and what are you wearing, and what does your hair feel like, what can you smell, like who are you around, what do you spend your days doing, and just try and lean into that as much as possible in your day to day. For example, I didn't go to like this big techno weekend thing that I usually would have jumped to as like an escape. I don't want to escape my life. Like what I really want to do is go and see some like classical music.
Mm.
I really want to go and like an
Ooh.
orchestra or something, or like, so I think, you know, energetically now, like what I will do instead when I have a day off is I will in the daytime go and watch some musicians, and I will probably go and have like a really nice like apple tart with a good coffee. And
Mm.
that to me, you know, feels more aligned in my life. Whereas like going into chaos spaces was, you know, I'm sure I'll go and dance to techno at some point. I'm sure I will. I love it. I was listening to it while I was cleaning my kitchen. Um, but that isn't the aligned vibration of what I am in the future. If I'm here to regulate, you know, my own nervous system and others, like just I
Big.
I would just say, yeah, think of your ideal you and do the tiniest things that will help you feel that way, whether it be, you know, letting go of a pair of pants that has some holes in it, buying a new toothbrush, and not eating a whole forest gatto for dinner. You
Still
know,
working on that bit.
no, you're all right. But it's comfort, isn't it? The old version of us was so comfortable
So
because,
comfortable. Too comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're living dead, when actually you realize that life is saying things that are uncomfortable, having uncomfortable conversations, being triggered, pushing past that, feeling nervous that it might not come together. But what if it doesn't better? What
Yeah.
if it doesn't better
What if it doesn't better? And
and better?
the quote that I'd love to end this on is,
Mm,
I think it's Carl Jung, but it's where there is fear, there is your task. So if you
mm,
feel, and this won't always be the case, if you can feel fear and you know that it's actually going to be a threat, you know, it's dangerous, that's one thing. But knowing that it's connected to your purpose and you need to walk through the fear to get there, you will never feel regret for doing it. Even if it doesn't work
100%.
out, you will learn so much through that process.
Yeah,
Um, wow, this has been lovely.
it's been great.
It's really grounding actually to speak to you today. I'm so grateful.
Mm. And again, it was like the resistance before, and then now we've done it.
Beautiful. It's a really nice space to be able to channel thoughts as well and talking things out. Sometimes, like, you know, with talking, it can be, you know, it take up a lot of mental energy,
Mm,
but sometimes, especially when talking about things that matter like this, it can be
mm.
just what is needed. So hopefully some people listening will feel a
Yeah.
bit more regulated after listening to our Radio 4 voices.
And I'm going to say one little thing as
Yeah.
well. Maybe if people that are watching give a little like, subscribe,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also pop in the comments um, a water droplet and a shoe if you got this far. And if there's a topic that you want to hear us talk about,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
I will also, yeah, I'll put a little caption asking if there's any topics, because we can philosophize for days and we love the big topics as well, especially around purpose, especially around actualizing highest potential. I think is just as infinite amounts of things to talk about there.
Mm.
Um, yeah, wonderful.
Bye.